to go through cognitive dissonance also in your reality is difficult. It takes a lot of courage. To be a Jew, you have to be courageous. To understand the lies in the world of lies, you have to be courageous. You have to be able to be, to have the neural flexibility or neuroplasticity to change your mind. Be dedicated, Jews. Be dedicated and loyal to the truth. Be dedicated and loyal to your lineage. Understand that these people knew what they were talking about, and the consequences are very high. We may not have been able to see that before, but we can hopefully see it now. Okay, we can hopefully see the dangers that you're not going to blend in. There's no assimilation. Ultimately, there can't be, because you have a purpose as a Jew. Okay, we know the information, the purpose of life. We know that you have a holy Jewish soul. You are a Jew. Okay, don't add on to that too many other layers. What kind of Jew are you? I'm now a Jew that's a Hasid. I'm now a Jew who's this kind of Hasid that's different than that kind of Hasid. And different and more and more and more and more identities. No, it's simple. It's simple. You are a Jew. You are a Jew. Go back and learn what that means. And why in every generation, Zionism. Go back and read what Rabbi Victor Miller talks about Zionism. About Rabbi Uri Zohar. Especially, Rabbi Uri Zohar. He was, these are contemporary rabbis. We have to understand how important it is to keep our holy Jewish souls pure. And learning and keeping these Torah laws. It's essential. It's literally essential. So our emotions also and our egos. We can see in our world right now the worship of our ego, the worship of anything is, whatever we feel is legitimate, whatever our truth is legitimate. There's a plurality of truths. Everyone's truth is valid. Everyone's important. Everyone's, But there is actually something called Tselem Elokim, the image of God, that man was created in the image of God. But we have to become cognizant. Okay, we have to obtain some sort of consciousness and take responsibility for our lives and live it according to something. Okay, and living it according to something that's trustworthy. And your own family lineage is trustworthy. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so what I'm saying is that we need to, as Jews, be courageous. Okay, that's part of being a Jew. So much so that in our histories, there have been Jews who were so courageous that they died rather than go to do anything different than what we were commanded. They had a fear of God and a love for God. And when we love something wholeheartedly, we don't love something else also. Okay? Like all the Hasidim love their Amor. They're rabbis, they're rebbes. They love them so much. Hardly hear anything about God. Okay? And I'm at the point, quite frankly, where I'm not willing to accept it anymore. I've had friends who are Hasidim. And they're not even interested in hearing about what I've learned about that, or why they should go and learn about that. They don't want to know. Comfortable. They're very comfortable. They want to keep doing what they're doing. They want somebody to tell them it's okay. God told us something, and somebody else is telling us something else. And we want that to be okay. And by the way, that was the sin. That was the original sin. God told Adam, do not eat from that tree. Somebody else told him something else, and he did that. Okay? Moshe Rabbeinu told us certain things. The rabbi told us something different. King David here told us something in Tehillim. The rabbi changed that. There's a Shulchan Aruch over here that everyone agrees on. But we have our own Shulchan Aruch, a Rav. Okay, everything that's different. another identity, and sinat chinam, baseless hatred. Okay, because what it actually means, Jews, what it actually means is that we care about the Jews' soul, the holy soul. Okay, and there's certain things that if you do not do, the holy soul is connected to God. God gives you your holy Jewish soul when you're born. God gives that to you. It's connected to God. And it knows the truth. Okay? And it's connected to the nation of Israel. That's how it is. So when the nation of Israel gets redeemed, your soul gets redeemed whenever that happens. Okay? But there's certain things that you can do to cut off your soul from God, or to cut your soul off from your body, or to cut your soul off from the nation of Israel. Excuse me. So the nation of Israel, everyone here, we're all connected. Ultimately, we're all in the same family. Ultimately, we all go back to the 12 tribes, to the 70 souls, to the 600,000 Jews that came out of Egypt, which is what I explained was basically the New World Order back then. That was a slavery. That was a physical and a mental slavery. Okay? But at that time, okay, we already had this information. Levi never strayed from that information. It was never enslaved, never assimilated into any other culture or ideology or spirituality. Okay? So again, here, same thing. We all are together. And sinat chinam means when we stop telling our other Jews that what they're doing is not okay, that it's cutting them off, that it's weakening our connection with God. It's weakening our connection as the nation of Israel to God. God has to protect us in this reality. You can see that, right, you guys? If God isn't protecting us in our reality, these 70 nations would kill us in a second. All of them. You can hopefully see that now. And nothing but God is going to save us. The IDF stood down on October 7th. Whatever you think is happening now in our reality. Oh, Sinwar has been eliminated. Oh, yay. We're so great. The IDF is we're 5 soldiers were killed on the same night that one guy was killed. You know, there's nothing protecting us but God. But when too many Jews cut their connection with God, either consciously say, I don't care about God, I don't believe in God, I believe in science, I believe in technology, I believe in the very alluring, attractive spiritualities of the East, not knowing where they come from. Unless you learn the Torah. And unless you know where they come from, where they split off. And in fact, like I said, the wisdom of God was passed down to the prophets. Moses was the biggest prophet, but there were thousands and thousands of prophets in the nation of Israel. That's where we get our wisdom through prophecy, okay? Which is something that you obtain by purifying yourself and following the laws, and attaining an understanding and being receptive to this holy spiritual information. And, excuse me, so what the sages tell us that we need to make sure, if we stop telling our fellow Jews that they're going in the wrong direction, okay, that's sinat chinam, because it says we no longer care if you're connected to God. I no longer care if you're connected to the nation of Israel. But I do care. And I generally do care about you, Jew, because like I said, I started this channel for my family. I started it for my friends. I see my friends even here in Israel who live ki'ilu, sort of like religious Jews. Okay, they keep Shabbat, they wear modest clothing, more or less. They're aware of the Torah, whatever, okay? But they still are they like drag queens. They want to be friends with drag queens. They're promoting unity at a tough time in Israel. Am Yisrael Chai, it means all of us. Let's all get together and love one another. There shouldn't be any baseless hatred. That's what these people want you to think baseless hatred is. It's excluding people. It's saying it's not okay to not keep Shabbat. No, you can't say that to a Jew. That's baseless hatred. Sinat chinam. Don't you know that that's why the second temple was destroyed? Because of baseless hatred. That is not what baseless hatred is. Baseless hatred is for me as a Jew to tell you that it's fine that you're hanging around with drag queens. It's fine that you're making, videos, and thousands of people are seeing that you as a religious person are okay with a drag queen when God specifically said in the Torah that is an abomination. That's not okay. But you have decided. It's like you are going, he told you one thing, you're saying something else. And this time it's just your ego or your personality or whatever it is, for whatever reason, that you are saying that that's okay. That you, Jew, are deciding now to do LBGTQ Shabbat. There is no such thing. And for me to not tell you that, or for me to be okay with that, or me to say, it's between you and God, you'll figure it out when you go to hell. Or you'll figure it out. No, I don't want that to happen. I want you guys to listen and understand it. No, I'm not judging you. I'm not hating you by saying that Chabad putting on tefillin in impure places, or going and being involved in the political whatever, or having billions and billions of dollars, because Chabad is a corporation and they have franchises all over the world. And you have to, that's not because I hate them. No, I know that there are good people who really believe that. Because again, where do you get your beliefs? It's from your knowledge. Where does your knowledge come from? If it comes just from Chassidut, don't you know how many people opposed that? For 100 years they fought against it. Why? Who was a Gaon from Vilna? What is a Gaon? What is a genius? A real genius? Okay? Why was the Malbim against the Reform Judaism? He never backed down from his stance, because you can't back down from the truth. There is only one truth, unchanging. So sinat chinam, my friends, is to say I don't care about you. Go ahead and do LGBTQ friendly Shabbat. You're not going to be connected to God, and you're not going to be connected to the nation of Israel. And that's not me saying that. That's not me making that judgment. That is the information. That is why I can tell you Zionism is a concept that sounds Jewish and in the Torah. Zion is in the Torah. But they change it. The Chassidut isn't what it means. The Hasidim of today, that's not what actual Hasidut means. And it's because here, we don't know Hebrew well enough. We have outsourced our knowledge to somebody else. We have trusted other groups that we're not supposed to trust. We know where everyone comes from. We know their agendas. We didn't need them to spell it out for us. But they did. Thank you anyway. Okay, so if you have to understand it this way, then understand it, Jew. Understand what the New World Order is. What Agenda 2030 is, why the State of Israel is one of the 19 centers of the Fourth Industrial Revolution of the WEF, of the New World Order, of Agenda 2030. What happened during COVID? Why did you outsource that very, very important decision to take that vaccine? Why did you outsource that? Why? Because you are being easily misled, says King Solomon. Somebody who doesn't have your own knowledge. You didn't obtain your own knowledge from a trustworthy source. You didn't look hard enough for the truth. You didn't make the birur. You didn't sift through the world of lies sufficiently enough to extract the truth, which is actually just in the Torah. That is what we're told. You can go back and learn this. You should go back and learn this. You must go back and learn this. And you have to know that sinat chinam, baseless hatred, is for me not to tell you that. For people not to tell you that. For people to tell you that it's okay if you don't keep Shabbat. For people to tell you that it's okay to be pro-LGBTQ. For it's okay for you to be any kind of Jew that you see fit. It's okay for you to worship the land of Israel, the state of Israel, to worship the state of Israel, Zionist religious Jews, and be blind and be kept in darkness, bechoshech, of the fact that you see what happened on October 7th, the state of Israel, the whole mission statement after the Holocaust, which they traumatized us to, trauma bond us to the state of Israel, okay, was the whole idea there that never again in the entire world will they, like in every generation when they rise up to annihilate us, if God wasn't protecting us, okay, never again, because we will now have our own army. We will be the smartest. We will be the best. We will be the most advanced. We will be the startup nation. We will be cocky. We will be arrogant. We will be Zionists. We don't need God. We don't want his Torah laws. We have the land. We are saving ourselves. But actual reality requires that we take another look at Jews and understand that that's not what happened. The reality of October 7th should have and did awaken a lot of people to see reality clearly and to seek out the truth.